Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Burkardt, and I am CEO of PHIOGEN. We are a spinoff from Baylor College of Medicine, located in Houston, Texas, at the Texas Medical Center. We are developing biotherapeutics to combat drug-resistant and recurrent bacterial infections, and we are on track for clinical trials this time next year. Bacterial infections are one of the leading causes of illness and death worldwide, with over 3 million Americans being diagnosed with a drug-resistant infection just last year. The superbug problem is expected to get worse by 2050, where it will be responsible for over 10 million deaths. That's 5 times more the number of deaths than was seen at COVID during its peak and will outnumber deaths caused by cancer every year. To make matters worse, a new class of antibiotics hasn't been discovered in over 40 years. Throughout the course of medicine, we've relied on two fundamental yet opposite approaches in combating bacterial infections: killing bacteria with antibiotics or preventing the infection altogether through vaccinations. Although these are fundamental approaches, they have significant limitations, where antibiotics are only good as a one-time fix and can further drive resistance. And vaccines are preventative only, with just a fraction of pathogens being available vaccine targets. This leaves a wide gap of patients suffering in a vicious, untreatable circle of recurring infections. We saw this glaring hole in medicine and asked, what if we could create a single drug that simultaneously treated your active infection and generated lasting immunity? One product that eliminated your bacterial infection and initiated an immune response so the infection would not come back. We believe we are on the brink of a medical breakthrough by developing our live biotherapeutic product, PHIOGEN, which combines the antimicrobial properties of an antibiotic with the immunogenic properties of a vaccine. If successful, this would be the first ever therapeutic preventative combination product that can bring relief to millions of patients suffering from recurrent, untreatable bacterial infections. We have remarkable in vivo results that demonstrates rapid recovery and superior performance for long-term reinfection protection in our chronic UTI mice trials. In this experiment, we infected all cohorts of mice with E. coli that are responsible for causing majority of UTIs. We have one group of mice that was treated with our product, the green bar, and another group of mice that was treated with antibiotics, the dark gray bar, for comparison. After infection and subsequent treatment, we saw PHIOGEN was as good as standard of care antibiotics within the first 24 hours. But remarkably, just 7 short days later, our product outcompeted antibiotics, completely eliminating bacteria in the phage cohort that was treated. It took the antibiotic group 3 times as long to achieve the same effects. To test for immunity, we simulated a reinfection event by reinfecting all the mice with the exact same dose and strain of E. coli, but no additional treatment. Remarkably, we saw a 99% bacterial load reduction in the mice that were treated with PHIOGEN. This demonstrates our product not only is as good a standard of care within the first 24 hours, better a standard of care than this first 7 days, and can initiate an immune response that statistically eliminates the likelihood of reinfection. We've been able to recreate the same effects in 5 mice trials, 2 different disease indications, and a completely novel mechanism of action. If our in vivo results aren't impressive enough, we've also seen similar results in an emergency use case where a patient was suffering with over 20 years drug-resistant E. coli infection in his prostate. After treatment, this patient had complete bacterial clearance and symptom resolution within the first week and has remained infection-free for over 2 years. We have developed a high-throughput proprietary technology platform that allows us to discover and evolve these biotherapeutics on demand. Our six-step technology platform is protected by numerous patents around our products and processes and is fully customizable in a plug-and-play like fashion for unlimited product development opportunities and partnership or collaborations. This has resulted in a robust pipeline of candidates with massive market sizes totaling to over 18 billion. We've progressed our three lead assets to the preclinical stage and have been used in over 11 emergency use cases for patients suffering with untreatable drug-resistant bacterial infections. Our team consists of renowned scientists, clinicians, and industry veterans totaling to over 65 years of experience from some of the nation's leading institutions. We are here at Bio today to seek investment and partnerships to accelerate our clinical development to bring our revolutionary technology to market. At the moment, we are raising a Series A to take this, our lead product against recurrent urinary tract infections to a phase 1b/2a clinical trial this time next year. So if there's anyone in the audience that has some extra money they want to put to use, please come find me afterwards. We're also looking for co-development opportunities and discovery on demand partnerships. Thank you for allowing me to be here in front of you today and join PHIOGEN in building the future of medicine by making history in infectious disease with our dual action therapeutics.
Two quick questions. So how broadly applicable is the immunity aspect of it? Is it like I saw E. coli is kind of what you're going for? Is it species specific?
Yes. So our biotherapeutics that we develop are extremely specific to the exact ST type of whatever strain we're looking for. So actually, our product is commensal sparing, so the microbiome stays intact. That's something that we're really interested in and something that we're trying to have as a competitive differentiator from antibiotics. So it's highly specific just to disease-causing strains, so phylogroups B and D of E. coli.
And then second question, so is the phage that you're incorporating specific to each infection, and what's that timeline of kind of like discovering and for the right phage for the infection?
So yes, the phage that we have, so we have the six-step technology platform, and step one is specifically phage discovery, and step two is genetic profiling. We are through these two steps, we're able to find lots of different phage, and then of course we characterize them down to see what phage is paired to which bacterial species. And so each one of the phage in this specific product that I'm talking about, our lead product, is only for E. coli. I think what you're asking is from discovery to lead optimization, what that timeline is. Is that the next question?
It's not.
Recording, we have to have
It's just one therapeutic product for E. coli generally.
That's right. So for infections that are caused by E. coli, this is what this product has been developed for. But more specifically, this lead drug product is really been validated and optimized for recurrent urinary tract infections. Our second product coming up underneath it is the next disease progression. If UTI is not treated, it can turn into bacteremia. So we also have some early studies that indicate this has applicability in bacteremia as well, but our primary indication is E. coli-based recurrent UTI.
Oh, whoa, geez. What's the mechanism of immunity?
Yes.
TBD?
This is a great question. So we are in the process of discovering what this is ourselves, and we are filing additional IP around that. What I can tell you is what we believe is happening, the way that we have been able to find our phage, bioclimatically screen them for this specific trait. So we can do bioclimatic screening for lots of different traits, anti-biofilm, anti-resistant, immune stimulation, and we really find these different phages with these different capacities and put them in our end product. So one of the phages that we have in our end product is specifically for immunity stimulation. So when the other phages are killing the actual infection, what we believe is happening is there are certain antigens that are released that are not normally released, as you would say like a regular antibiotic. And so when these antigens are released, the other phage is there to prime your immune system. So you're actually driving an immune response while the bacteria are being killed at the same time.
I think we have time for one more quick question.
I'll try to make this quick. So during the infection process, there can often be a lot of inflammatory response as it is in cytokine storm. How do you, and sometimes that's also then treated with immunosuppressants. So somebody may be actually also on corticosteroids. How do you, as you move to humans at some point, how do you feel you're going to not have that problem of provoking a cytokine storm?
Yeah, it's a really important question and something that we have included as for our phase 1B, 2A. The exclusion criteria will be if there's any folks that are on immunosuppressants for this very early trial, they will not be included in this. So I don't know if I have an answer for that at the moment. What I do know is for the patients that have already been given this product, these EIND cases, they've seen no adverse events. Phage is inherently known to be very safe, and if there are adverse events, they're as serious as maybe a fever. But the EIND cases that we have, to use anecdotally, we haven't seen any adverse events. But it's a great question that we hope to answer later down the line. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.